We live?
We live.
We live. Welcome back to the Opinion Factory podcast, the podcast for free thinkers and challenge seekers.
Yes, sir.
I'm Khelil.
I'm Alex.
And you know what we've been thinking about lately, man.
Yo, man. LeBron, basketball season's coming up, man.
Might be witnessing the fall of a legend.
LeBron's my guy. Ooh, I'm going to go that far. But
I don't know.
he said some things about that China recently and that kind of Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Rubbed me the wrong way, man.
He was like, so this dude was like, free Hong Kong, and LeBron was basically like, nah, China, you don't know what's going on. China might be in the right,
He said,
get all the facts
He said
first.
he was uneducated to say what he said he was uneducated. So I'll give you a quick breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Dude works for the NBA. He works for the NBA team. He's like a general manager. He gets all the players, right?
Mm-hmm.
NBA has a trip in China. China's one of NBA's biggest markets. China's has a human rights thing going on with Hong Kong.
Right.
This guy says free Hong Kong.
Okay.
So after he said free Hong Kong, China started shutting down all the NBA events. So this
retaliation, right? It's
yeah,
like,
this dude
fuck
just
y'all.
lost the NBA a lot of money, bro. He cost dudes a lot of money.
From one tweet, right?
From one tweet, son.
That's rough. All right.
LeBron's like he was uneducated. He shouldn't have said what he said. Whatever, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just inconsistent with his views on human rights, like back home.
Which is what's getting me, right? Because LeBron's always been like a very community-oriented.
He has been, but you know what? I had some time to think about this. At first, I was really disappointed because it was like, why would he say this?
Yeah.
And your company works with, let's say, Nike, right? Your company works with Nike,
Mm-hmm.
and then you come out and say something against like Nike sweatshops, right?
Okay.
So you're like morally you're in the right,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now you came out against Nike sweatshops. You just cost Nike's pissed now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not gonna work with you guys anymore.
Mm-hmm.
How much money did you just lose your company? You know what I'm saying?
Quite a bit.
You lost your money, so it's like it's not really a black and white type thing. It's like there's a morally it's black and white, but you have to deal with people that you don't like agree with sometimes, or people that do bad things sometimes. And I don't know, like it's the NBA, so you can say you don't really have to do it.
And then it comes down to what you value more. Do you value money or do you value principles? Do you value human rights? That's the
How
question.
much did one tweet change human rights in China? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
It's not gonna change it.
And I don't think anybody.
But
I
you
think
should've-
everyone's already aware of the situation. So it's
Right.
like you saying free Hong Kong isn't really doing much besides worsening relations between China and your league.
That's a good point. But at the same time, you're not trying to kiss up to the entity that's perpetrating all these heinous acts
No,
against
you're
humanity.
not. And the NBA.
And that's kind of what LeBron's doing. He legit ran to China's defense. Like, no, don't take your money away. Keep it here. Because look at me. Look at me, China. I'm defending you. Don't take it away.
He did backtrack a little bit where he said he's not going to comment on China's.
It was too late.
It was. But
He's trying
still,
to act
I'm
neutral
not.
after he made a comment in China's defense.
I see people calling him a sellout. I'm not going to call him a sellout. I think that's kind of harsh, man. You know.
But why would you come to the defense of this?
But
Of
you know,
this
because
country?
it costs. It's not just LeBron that's losing money, but it's the whole league as a whole. It's the league as a whole.
So why has no one else said anything about the free Hong Kong tweet? Why did LeBron take it upon himself?
No, a lot of people. James Harden said we love China. Like a couple
What?
a couple other NBA players said they
Oh
love
my
China.
God.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a
Harden
damn
Harden,
shame,
Harden
bro.
got mad deals over there. He's one of the most popular players in China. So you gotta keep in mind. I understand where you're coming from. And I want like say I'm defending like the mistreatment of people in Hong Kong.
No,
or
of
whatever.
course not.
You know, China is like one of the most egregious human rights violators every single year.
They have Nazi Germany in China right now, and there's nothing being done
with
about
the
it.
Muslim concentration
Right.
camps. Yeah, 100%. But at the same time, it's like one of those things where I don't know how much of an impact you're gonna have. So is it just better to like kind of stay quiet? You know, it sounds messed up, but it's like, will me saying anything be positive for anybody now?
No, that's a good question. And, in LeBron's position, if he would have spoke up against China, obviously China's not going to budge unless China wants to budge.
Of course.
So I don't know how much impact he would have had if he spoke out against China, but it's the fact that he's defending it. And not only is he just, he's not some guy that's just defending China. He's LeBron James,
LeBron, yeah, of course,
who's
of
always
course,
talking
of
about,
course.
injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And then, no, China's fine, guys. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So maybe his everywhere is just the United States. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like that could be one of those
So
situations.
there's an asterisk
It's an asterisk.
next
Like,
to what he said.
my everywhere is everywhere. Like I grew up or I know people.
And what did he say? That's kind of what he said. He's like, I'm not supposed to fight for everybody's problems.
You can't care about everything in the world, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. You can be a vegan. You can be human rights activist. You could be a climate change. But like, you can't care about every single problem out there. It's not possible.
But here's the thing: it's not just that he doesn't care about what's going on in Hong Kong. It's not like he's impartial to it. He's actually on the side. Whether he's actually on the side or if he's just saying that, I don't know.
But then you could already say he's
publicly defending one of those sides.
But you can say that's in his not only in his best interest, but in the best interest of the league as a whole.
How would it be? Because they get more money?
China's like the NBA. I think it's the second biggest market outside the U.S.
And then what happens to the league if they don't market to China?
Everyone loses money.
Okay, but are they still millionaires?
Yeah.
Do they still enjoy quality of life higher than the average American?
Of course, when you're doing that, yeah, of course. But it's not like. I don't want to.
He got millions, bro.
But not everyone in the NBA makes millions though. Like you think about if you're going down to like the 14th or the 15th or even like the 10th person from the 5th to the last person on the roster, they're making between maybe like maybe like 2 million to like 800,000.
That's fine.
You say that's fine, but you keep in mind how long you have a basketball career for. You know what I mean? So if you make it, so difference between if you're making 800,000 a year, to the difference between if you're making 4 million a year, that's a big difference, son.
So
it's like you gotta keep in mind that this dude costs a lot of people. Like you can't. I'm not just thinking about LeBron here. I'm talking about like everyone else in the NBA as a whole. So like you talking about like the last players on the rosters to like the coaching staff to everyone involved in the organization. They lost money. They're gonna lose money too. The NBA said they're gonna anticipate making 15% less next year. That's a big hit.
Oh, that's less than I thought it would be. But I get that. I get that they don't want to lose money, right? I get that. But to side with a dictatorship just to save your pockets, it's kind of grimy. Especially when you're LeBron James. To side, I get that he's making the league lose money, and that's tragic. So that's fine.
It's like a political thing where it's like you watch out for your own. Instead of like maybe it was right, but in this sense, you can argue that him watching out for his own isn't hurting anybody. It's just not helping anybody.
I feel like it is hurting somebody. It's hurting Hong Kong, and it hurt his fans. Like he's afraid to lose money, but he's not afraid to lose the respect of his fans.
I think what you gotta keep in mind what he said was true, but there was just no need to say it.
What he said was true.
Yeah, what he said was true.
The guy was uneducated about the facts.
No, he was uneducated in the fact of like how he went about it. So he was like he's uneducated, uninformed. Like he was talking about the ramifications of what he said, not like what he actually said.
Okay.
So he's saying like this dude doesn't understand that what he said is gonna cost people mad money.
So that guy should have just said nothing.
But what did him saying anything accomplish? So the only thing it accomplished was worse relationship with the NBA.
This whole thing could be bringing more publicity to the China situation wasn't already.
This Hong Kong thing was already in the mainstream news. Like you're gonna have a hard time pressed not to find someone who didn't know about Hong Kong and China. Bro.
No, I get that, but maybe people who didn't care about it. Maybe people who didn't care about it before care about it now that the NBA is losing money.
The whole thing is I can't. And it just go back to the thing about selling out. I can't call LeBron James a sellout. I see this is like the main thing I'm talking about right now. A lot of people calling this dude a sellout. All this, that, and the third, but it's like at the same time, he did what was right for his organization, the organization he works for. It's like if you did something right for your job or whatever organization you're part of.
Man, you know what that reminds me of? That's a slippery slope, man. Because that's like saying the ends justify the means in my eyes. Because it's like, look at Nazi Germany. You're in the army. You're a soldier. You got your orders, right? You're gonna do what's best for the army, whatever they say to do. So you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When you just follow the status quo.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Hold up.
Man, you know what that reminds me of when you say that? It's like, it's something you gotta be careful about, right? And there's some points in my argument that I wanna mention that I need to be careful about as well. But when you say that you're just doing this for your organizations, regardless of the moral consequences, that just reminds me of the argument that the ends justify the means. And that's the argument that a lot of villains use in their reasoning, in whatever movie or comic book or book that you read. The ends justify the means. And I know that LeBron, he's trying to own his team. He has all these plans for the future, and he needs his money to do that. But to compromise your principles for that end is like, it's like in Nazi Germany when you're a soldier in the army.
Yeah, but
you're doing what's right for your organization, right? But you're doing some fucked up shit.
You are, but at the same, that's a little different because when you're in Nazi Germany, like that's your environment. You know, it was hostile. Like if you didn't follow orders, you're gonna be like someone's gonna come after you. You know, same thing with any army. If you don't follow the army's orders, then there's gonna be retaliation against you personally. So
If
I don't want to compare it to that. I feel like that's too far.
if the individual does, then you're right, and that's an extreme example. You're right.
But it's just different. Like LeBron is American. Like I don't think anything LeBron does is gonna change the way Hong Kong operates or China operates. That's where I'm coming from. I don't think what Daryl Morris is gonna change. That's where he comes from.
It's not.
What I'm concerned is like just outside what actually happened is people calling him a sellout, and I don't know if.
I mean, what did he sell? By definition, a sellout's a trader, right?
It's in the sense that like you turn on your principles to like catch a bag. You know, like I said, you know, there's that funny thing you mentioned not too long ago. Well, freaking Steve Harvey and being a monkey.
Yeah,
right?
bro. Steve Harvey was like, it was one of his stand-ups, and he was like, if Hollywood came to me and they offered me $5 million to be a monkey, then I would be the best goddamn monkey you've ever seen in your life. He started making all the sounds, started scratching his armpits. He did. The audience that killed the audience. They were laughing. I was like, yo, that's not funny at all. That's not funny at all. Like, Steve Harvey's my dude. Don't get me wrong, but
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Nah, I don't like that because it's like that's the mentality a lot of black dudes have. A lot of black people have. For the right price, you will do anything.
No, it's not just black people. That's anybody. I think everyone has a selling out point.
I don't think so.
Everybody has a selling out point.
I don't think so.
Nobody here is Jesus. Nobody here is Buddha. Nobody here is like
you don't have
the
to be
Dalai
to not
Lama.
be a sellout.
Son, everyone has a selling point.
I don't believe that.
Everyone has a selling point.
I
Bro.
really don't believe that. That's saying me and you have. If China came to us right now,
yeah,
and China's like, yo, I can put your voices out on a platform that will reach the maximum amount of people. That I can make sure your message gets heard.
Okay.
Right, but to do that, you gotta say fuck Hong Kong. Can you do that for us? What are you gonna say,
son? If these
that's a hard no.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but a lot of people taking that back, especially coming here with like, oh, with that opportunity, how much money you can make. A lot of people taking that back.
It's not all about the money, bro. Look at Colin Kaepernick.
It's
bro.
not all about the money, but at the same time, you still money talks, man. Money like it changes your whole life, bro. If you're a poor dude, you say, yo, go be a monkey in this Hollywood movie, be the most racist, ignorant dude you can be ever, and I'll pay you $10 million. Who's good? Like a lot of people not thinking twice about that. So I think everyone has a selling out point. I think LeBron's is different. Like LeBron's is different, but selling out is everyone can sell out, bro.
Look at Colin
no one's safe from corruption.
Look at Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, let's look at Colin.
Right, he lost his job, he lost his livelihood, and he never once turned on his principles. He never once said, maybe black people have been overreacting about this whole police thing.
All right,
never.
And look where that got him.
Look where it got him.
He's out the league,
He's
right?
out the league. He lost his job, and he didn't sacrifice any of his principles.
He didn't. No,
and I respect that a lot.
That's great. Is your respect gonna pay his bills?
It's not.
Okay. Point. That's exactly the point. If you go into a situation where you say, okay, I know you stand for all of this, right? But if you just go against this, and I'll make sure you set for the rest of your life, we good? A lot of people taking that offer, bro. A lot of people taking that offer, bro.
Just because my respect's not paying his bills doesn't mean he can't pay his bills in another way.
It doesn't, but the main way, like, he'll never have the same bag that he had playing for an NFL team, bro.
And that's the price he had to pay in order to move this agenda forward.
And that's the price that it's price very few people will pay, bro. Very few.
I get that.
Look at everyone else that protested with him. They either stop protesting or is like, oh, we can do this shit in a different way, blah, blah, blah.
And
right?
I fuck with them a little bit less than I fuck with Colin.
Point is, since they did that, they're still in the league able to make that bag. This dude Colin's not. He got a settlement deal, which is cool. But he's still trying to get back in the league himself.
So as long as you're making your money, fuck what's going on to these people thousands of miles away, because that doesn't really affect you. Louis C.K. said the same thing.
Isn't that not how it goes everywhere, though?
No, that's what he said.
Why
that's
do you care about Hong Kong more than you care about Sierra Leone? Why do you care about Sierra Leone more than you care about Kazakhstan? Like we can go through all these places where there's horrendous human rights violations.
All right, so
we can't.
That's the thing that I was saying that I need to be careful about, because we need to be careful about what we expect from our celebrities. Because what he said was fair. Like, he's not responsible for everything now that he's in a position of fame and power or whatever, right? Because a lot of the times, like, look what happened with ASAP Rocky or whoever it was. Now that he's of a certain level, we expect him to be a political proponent for us now.
I don't expect that.
And that's not fair.
No, yeah, I don't like, bro. You make it out the hood. You make it out wherever you're from. I don't expect you to become Malcolm X or freaking Martin Luther King or
Some
Muhammad
dudes
Ali.
expect that.
No, we should never expect that. We should never expect that. You're your own person. You don't want to do politics. You don't want to do that. I get that. I get all of that. But you can still set some light. You don't have to be an advocate for it. But it's okay. There's some messed up things going on. This shouldn't be happening. You can just point it out. You can start a conversation.
What if you've never in your life once cared about these issues? All you cared about was rapping. That was your life. You sit in the studio for hours on end, and you finally make it. And now that you make it, being a rapper, beating on your craft, now you got to be. You don't have to be that. Though. You don't have to be that. But the thing is, now you have a position of power. The only thing is, if people are coming up to you and saying, "Can you bring light to this situation?" Because you have a bigger platform, a bigger audience. And
that might
be.
It's not your duty.
Okay.
But it's probably the right thing to do. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to care about, like, if you just mention it.
I'm saying it would be nice.
Enough.
It's the right thing to do. It'd be
but I'm
nice.
not gonna. If someone doesn't talk about politics, I'm never gonna hold them against them though.
But sometimes they do. Sometimes we hold it against people.
The ASAP Rocky thing is completely different. Because ASAP Rocky.
No, but with Lil Wayne, when he pretended like he didn't know what Black Lives Matter was.
Maybe.
Just to avoid speaking on that issue.
I mean, maybe, yeah, that's Wayne. But
and they tore him up for that.
For Rocky specifically, this dude said, I don't know, nobody in Ferguson doesn't affect me, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets arrested in Sweden, and then he wants the same people that he says they don't care about him. He's like, oh, you guys help me out, da.
Yeah, show him some support, right?
That's some, like, two-faced nonsense. But with Wayne or whatever, I wouldn't call Wayne a sellout off that. Maybe
I would have called him. He was just silent on the issue. But my point on that is that we expected him to suddenly be like, Black Lives Matter is dope. I think what the police is doing is wrong, and that's what we expected. That's what we wanted.
I don't know how I can say for we. I never expected that from. Like, I never to be.
When I say we, I mean the general consensus, because the general consensus was disappointed in his answer because that wasn't what they expected.
I mean, maybe, but like, wanted. When was the last? Like, do you really remember any political statements from celebrities like that's not in the moment? Like, I don't remember what anything Denzel said about anything, or anything that freaking Will Smith said about anything. Or anything that Leonardo.
Yeah, Will Smith talked about police brutality.
Did he?
Yeah, he's
okay.
Like,
I don't remember that. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember anything like Leonardo DiCaprio said about like anything like that. So you know what I'm saying. So I don't know how much we really actually expect them. I don't think we expect that much.
Black people expect more from their black celebrities.
I think anyone from an underrepresented group expects more from their celebrities.
Exactly.
If you're part of the gay community, if you're part of like even like a female community or whatever, like you just you feel like you've been wrong. Like, look at the Me Too thing. Like, now you expect. You're facing workplace harassment, workplace sexual discrimination. Now you're gonna expect, okay, there's some women in power that have gone through the same thing I do. Can you speak on these things? I think that's a little that's different though.
Right, and that's fair. And another part of this, like this whole silence thing, not only do they expect it from you and they get disappointed when you do, but like in LeBron's case when he came to China's defense, that reminds me of like when Ellen was like, I'm friends with George Bush. And she didn't speak on the things that George Bush did. She didn't speak on the wars that he started and, the soldiers that he sent to their deaths and all that. She said, we have different opinions, but we're friends, right? So she had that opportunity to rag on George Bush and everything that he did wrong, but she didn't. And now people are mad at her. And now they're saying, how could you talk about George Bush in this positive way? That means you're condoning everything that he did.
How does that? How?
I'm saying word for word what I read in the comments on social media. And that's legit how some people think. Those were the most popular comments.
Yeah, some morons think.
That's the consensus. And that's some bullshit, in my opinion.
Nah, man,
like that, I don't get behind. But when it comes to LeBron, we keep talking about LeBron, but when it comes to LeBron's case, don't become the mouthpiece for a dictatorship. Like, I get that it's going to cost you some money,
so
but
what should he have done in that situation? Like, if he put on the spot. He should have said his
second statement first.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
He should have said, I don't know enough about the situation to speak on it.
But then, like, what if you could say, oh, he's lying, That would have been better?
That's a very politically correct answer. And I would know that he's only saying that so that he wouldn't have to take a side.
I get that. But
he's protecting his bag and his reputation at the same time.
But he didn't say that, so now dudes are saying himself. But, like, okay, here's the thing too, man. I don't know if you remember, freaking H&M had that. They had that
coolest
campaign, coolest monkey in the jungle.
Yes.
They're doing like a little animal campaign.
Yeah.
The black guy was the coolest monkey in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was outraged, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was like, "I'm not stopping at H&M no more." I ain't gonna lie to you. I was at H&M yesterday, bro.
What?
I was at H&M yesterday, bro. 100%, son. H&M's cheap. They got clothes I can afford. They got stylish clothes I can afford.
So now you support their racist remarks.
No, I don't.
You support everything they stand for now.
Is that how it works? That must be how it works, bro. I support their cheap and stylish clothes. That's what I'll say, bro.
But,
You know,
all right,
that's the thing I'm saying. Like, you can't. It's this whole guilty by association thing. The H&M thing's a little extreme, but don't get me twisted. But it's like at the same time, does me. It sounds cynical, but does me protesting H&M really make effect on the needle at all?
Here's the thing.
I think if we have a hold on, I want to stop you real quick.
All right.
I think if we have the outrage before, and these dudes realize, okay, we're not gonna get away with this shit no more, right? We're gonna pull down the campaign. We're not gonna put this out. It should never go past testing or whatever. I think they learned their lesson. There was probably initial hit too.
You don't think it was on purpose? Because the way that these companies have been fucking up back to back to back, there has to be someone in the PR to just be like, hey, wait. That's racist. Just somebody, at least. That should be like, there's a market for that job now.
There probably was, but it's like, so am I just never to shop at H&M again? Is that how it's supposed to work?
How it was supposed to work was that instead of individually rebelling against H&M,
Yes, we collectively rebel.
we collectively do it. That would have had much more of an impact. But what were these dudes doing?
But didn't we do that initially though?
There was no organized boycott. People said they were going to do it.
Once it came out, all the celebs were saying we're not shopping there no more, and there's a bunch of people saying the same thing. It was
Celebrities,
a lot of
very few celebrities said that they weren't going to do it, but
a lot of people
still did
came
it.
out, bro. Kendrick had a collaboration with them. He says he's not doing it. Rihanna came out against it. Like a lot of people said that.
The Weeknd came out against them.
Yeah,
Right. But there was no I did not see any.
it's hard to have an organized boycott against never shopping against H&M. But a lot of people said we're not shopping there no more. So I think that had an initial effect. I don't know about this effect it had on their sales.
Was it like a 1 week boycott?
I don't know, bro. Am I supposed to boycott H&M forever?
I don't know when we're supposed to boycott
All
until.
right,
But look at this. Look, like, what did Gucci do? I'm mad at Gucci for some reason. I remember they did some fucked up shit, but I don't remember what it was.
They probably, I don't know. It's like, well, I know one of these companies said they don't want black people wearing their clothes. I might have been telling me he'll figure, but he's like, I don't want black people wearing my clothes. It was so one of these who said it.
Gucci did something, and then they interviewed Floyd Mayweather outside the Gucci shop, and he's like, "Nah, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit."
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What was that? What did they do? I forgot what it was.
They might have dropped like some sweater with like a noose around it, some shit like that.
It was some messed up thing, and now people, especially black people, still use Gucci as an icon of success, as a symbol of success.
Yeah.
And that hits me a different way than the H&M thing.
The Gucci.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I don't remember what it was, but I feel like it was more severe. I don't. That's weird because I remember the H&M thing.
If you can't remember what it was it that severe?
I'm so mad about it.
But here's the thing: like when these things happen, are we just never gonna go there again? Is that how it's like supposed to work, or is it supposed to work in like they have to?
Yes.
So we just never go there again.
Yes, we have to find the black businesses and support them, or the women-owned businesses and support them.
Man, I love the fairy tale you're living in right now. I'm just gonna
that's how it's supposed to happen.
find all these black businesses just right at the mall every single time.
They're probably black businesses better than Gucci. Gucci just has the name. They don't have to.
I'm not talking about Gucci, bro. I'm talking about H&M here. H&M is cheap. Gucci is not cheap.
Okay, H&M is cheap.
Do you see the difference between this?
What about this one now, right? So tell me if these people are sellouts, right? Remember when that video came out with the Chinese nail salon when the black girl and her grandmother were at the salon, and I think they did their nails wrong, and so they refused to pay until they did it right, and they started beating their ass. They were beating the old black lady. They were beating the daughter. Caught it on camera.
Yeah.
And there was this whole thing in New York. You know, stop fucking with the Asians in our black communities. They love our money, but they hate us. Right? So there was the intent to boycott this particular salon. You know what happened? The next day they put up a sale. 50% off. That's just full of black people, bro. And this dude was these people outside with the cameras like, look at y'all coon ass nigga. Look at y'all. In the same place that disrespected us. And like, yo, it's a sale. It's free. You know, it's half off. I have to get it here. Like, how? Like, that's something we could have helped.
All right. I mean,
those people are sellouts. 100% they're traitors.
I feel comfortable.
100%.
I mean, how much? I mean, you might save like $20 up. Yeah, come on, yeah. $20 on the pedicure, bro. Yeah, you would sell out. What we talking about now? We talking about like hundreds of millions of dollars now. Now we getting something a little more gray, bro.
That's we talking about like LeBron situation.
Yeah, he's getting a little more gray. The Ellen thing, and I think it goes back to this, like the H&M. Like, bro, am I just never supposed to shop at H&M again? Like, I just don't know how are these supposed to work. Is there ever a time where it's like, okay, company apologizes, Then they hire a black person to do the PR. And then am I still not allowed to shop at H&M? Like when can I shop at H&M?
Are you asking my opinion, or
yes.
are you asking the opinion of the general
I'm asking
consensus
anybody. When am I allowed to shop at H&M again? Can I shop at H&M? Is that okay? Can I shop at H&M again?
A lot of people gonna say no. While shopping at H&M. That's the thing.
I want to know why I can shop at H&M. H&M got me a lot of game, man.
I'm on these black IG pages, black Facebook pages, black Twitter pages a lot, right?
But I don't even gotta be specifically black. I just want to know why I can shop at H&M
For
again.
this particular situation, what they were going for is for us to now shift from H&M to a black-owned clothing company.
And are those clothing companies readily available in everywhere as H&M are? I don't think so.
We will make them so. We gave H&M the success. We gave H&M our money so that they can open all these stores.
A
Why
lot
not
of
do
people
that?
gave H&M their money, bro.
Yo, the black dollar is powerful.
I'm not
if
saying
the black
it's
people
not.
as a whole just agree to shop black only, we're gonna help one lucky black-owned clothing company become H&M level.
You living in La La Land, man.
I'm not saying it's possible, but that's what they were calling for.
You living in La La Land, bro.
I'm not saying it's possible.
It's
That's what
not.
they're calling for.
You
That's
say
what they
it's
would tell
possible?
you. They said they will tell you don't shop at H&M no more. I would say
All right, give me an alternative where I can shop wherever I can go. You're gonna say Old Navy or whatever. It's the same,
World
same
Division.
thing. Who?
World Division. It's a black clothing company.
I've never seen a World Vision store in my life.
I think they're only online for now, but that's all right. They're just starting off.
It's not all right.
Let's
You know why? You know why?
Let's get them to the point where
I
they can open a
bought
store.
clothes where XL is too big at one spot, and then the next spot XL is too small. I bought clothes where a large fits perfectly, and then the next spot, it's the medium that fits better. The medium that fits better. You know, you gotta go to the clothing store, try out the clothes yourself. You know, that's how I like to be, right?
You're not wrong.
Right?
You're not wrong.
So unless you can find me these stores that I can go to, that's downtown. There's one in Braintree. All this type of.
So you're saying the people who shop at H&M now are not sellouts? They're not agreeing with the coolest monkey in the jungle thing. So what does it take to be a sellout? Do you have to just consist? What does it take to be a sellout these days? So if LeBron's not a sellout, right, for siding with China to protect his pockets, if we're not sellouts for shopping at H&M, if Lil Kim's not a sellout for shopping at Gucci,
the way LeBron did it is not the same. So if like we had Kaepernick, right, or we had like Rihanna come out and be like after NFL, all this type of stuff, if Kaepernick said I'll never play for NFL again, and then they offered him $100 million to play again, he took the money. That's a sellout
for sure,
right?
Try cut.
People do with music. People do with music all the time. It's like I'll never make this type of lollipop music. This music get played on the radio, and then
but then the record labels force them to
to an extent.
Yeah.
But then they make that type of music. Everyone's calling them a sellout. I remember having Lupe Fiasco with Lasers. Yeah, with Lasers. When Lasers came out. Because Lupe just always used to rap about like whatever. And then Lasers came out. He started sounding like more popish or whatever. Everyone's calling him a sellout. But that's here or there, right? That's here or there. All right.
Steve Harvey.
Oh.
This man made a joke about being a sellout.
See, man, it's a lot of. See, the thing about selling out, bro. Do sell out for a reason, man. It's a lot of money.
So you're saying everyone has their price.
Everyone has a.
Do you have your price?
Yes, of course.
What's
I don't know what it is, but I don't have a price. You have a price too, bro. You have a price. Everyone has a price. All right. Would you look the bottom of a toilet seat for $100 million?
Would I look the bottom of a toilet seat
for $100 million?
For $100 million.
Yeah.
Which toilet is it?
Public bathroom, gas station.
Public. How much?
$100 million, bro. Gas station bathroom.
Wait, so like, is it like a long lick? Is it like a quick thing, just like in and out type thing?
5 seconds.
I'm asking too many questions.
Yeah, you did, bro. You asking too many questions, bro.
Would I like for $100 million?
$100 million, bro. And then you get to have whatever sanitary test to make sure you're alright after. I don't even know why you're doing that. You know you're doing it. You're not doing it, bro. You're not doing it.
Is that selling out though?
It's not, but everyone has their price. That's my point. I'm saying everyone has their price.
Listen,
and that price doesn't. People will sell out for that price. So it's like you're not morally against looking back from toilets, right?
I don't have a principle against not looking toilets.
But that's not the point. The point is you have a price The point is you have a price that you will do things that you're normally against. That's the point. And
more so, me licking this toilet is not gonna hurt anybody else.
Yes, you can say that, but even then, if they said, it doesn't matter what they said, right? Even then, if what you're gonna do is gonna hurt somebody else, you'd still have that same selling point though. It just might be.
Is it?
Yeah, it just might be more money. That'll be the thing. It just might be more money.
Do you think would you do the monkey thing? Was Steve Harvey said he would do for 10 million, not 5, for 10 million? Would you act like the best, most stereotypically, most offensively, portrayed monkey that a black man can portray for $10 million? Oh man! And now that's what you're known for.
See, now it depends on my situation. Right? I'm trying to put in the perspective. If you're like a aspiring actor, right? An aspiring actor that hasn't broken through yet,
oh my gosh. And
then this is your big job.
And that's
it's gonna be in a Spielberg movie, right?
So what, bro?
Hey, you say so what? It's gonna be in a Spielberg movie, so a lot of people gonna see that, and you get paid $10 million.
All right, so now you do it, right? Now you do it. This is supposed to benefit you a lot. So you play the monkey in the Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Then you go to your next audition, and say any past roles? I was a monkey in Titanic. Oh, you're that guy? Come on board. You're hired.
I mean,
you think that's how it's gonna go?
Nah, bro.
So now you just let your people.
All right, you got your face out there and you got paid though. It might not get you no more roles, but at least you got paid.
And at least your people got set back 10 years.
Whereas before, you were broke and struggling in a studio apartment.
And now your people got set back 10 years. And you know what? Now when you
set back. What about you? Are your people paying your bills?
No, when you have your drug addiction.
Hold on. Are your people paying?
Your people are not paying your bills. That does not mean you can't pay your bills somewhere else.
I take this role and it pays my bills.
Just because I'm not paying your bills doesn't mean you cannot pay your bills.
I'm not saying he's not a sellout, man. I'm just saying in the situation.
And now look at this. You got your 10 mil. You set us back 10 years. Now you got your drug addiction with your newfound money. Now you want black people to support you. Now you get into fights. You can't find a role. Now you want us to support you.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm not saying you're wrong for that. The man sold out. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I don't speak monkey. I'm sorry.
Hey.
That's what I'm going to tell him.
The dude sold out. I'm not saying he didn't sell out. But I'm saying a lot of dudes got that price. Everyone got that. Everyone has that price, bro.
Bro, I wouldn't play that monkey.
Everyone has that price. It doesn't even have to be money. It could be like, okay, it could be like world peace. It could be like some crazy thing, bro. It could be like some magical thing that will just like, okay, I do this. I'm going to invest like $50 million into your neighborhood. Or I'm going to like stop the police corruption. Or I'm going to stop government corruption. I'm going to stop people from sending armies all over the world so our soldiers don't die anymore.
So it's for the greater good.
It's still...
If it's for the greater good. If it's
Everyone has a price, bro. That's what I'm saying.
If it has more of a net positive than a net negative. That net negative might be a lot, but if the net positive is a lot more,
it's still
nah. Then yeah. What if? All right. In my situation, right?
Net negative is okay. You gotta kill 20 people, but then now we're gonna stop all these wars all around the world. That's a net positive.
But now I have to be a murderer.
Yeah, that's a net positive.
But I'm not setting my people back. That's a personal cost. I can do that.
So he's gonna go kill
20. I'll snipe 20 niggas right now. Clean shots.
That's not against your morals.
Clean shots.
It's not against your morals?
It's against my morals, but it's at a personal cost for a crazy positive.
But do you see what I'm getting at, though?
But I'm not selling nobody else out.
Tell the 20 people who just died and the 20 people families.
I'm not selling them out. I'm not setting anyone back.
I mean, you just destroyed a lot of people's lives.
I'd have just saved a lot more. How many lives is Steve Harvey gonna save with that $5 billion?
You never know. He might give back. So that's the thing too. What if the dude took the monkey role and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to invest in my own black studio now, right? What if that happens? Huh?
So
you don't know. You know he's
gonna back 10 years.
You don't know what he's gonna do with his money.
He took 10 steps back to take 3 steps forward.
You don't know what he's gonna do with his money. How you know he's gonna set us back that far? Dude, all I'm saying is everyone has a selling out price, man.
All right,
I think in context,
I have a point.
With being a little like after a few days have subsided, I thought maybe I'm still upset with LeBron, but maybe I was initially too critical, right? Still very disappointed in him, whatever. But at the same time, everyone got a price, bro. Everyone has a price, man.
Like crazy net positive, like world peace.
It doesn't even have to be net. Dude, for net negative too, bro. Like dudes were like, okay, you gotta do all this type of stuff, but now you get Beyonce, or now you get freaking J-Lo or whoever, Selena Gomez, like whoever, Scarlett Johansson, right? Oh, you gotta do this fucked up shit. So okay, you gotta go slap 30 people that you don't know. Just go slap them, slap them open palm, no backhand, just slap them.
So that I can wife Beyonce?
Yeah.
No. What? Alright, that may be your price. But that's not my price.
I thought we don't lie on this podcast, bro.
I would not do that.
You would not do that?
I would not do that.
You would not do that?
I would not do that. I would not slap 30 people to a white fiance.
Wow. All right.
You would do that, bro? You a scumbag.
Slap, bro. So I'll give him like a little one of these, man. A little love tap.
Oh, you can just do it as hard as you want? You can just touch their face?
A decent size slap, bro. Nah. I'll do that for J-Lo. No hesitation.
You slap 30 people to wife J-Lo.
Of course.
What if it was 30 babies? Just go to the new infant ward in the hospital. Walk up in there. Everybody getting smacked.
Guess I'm a baby slapper.
You're sick. You're a sick ass
man.
guy. There's no net positive to that. Except for you.
You're not wrong, bro.
You're not giving nothing back.
Hey. I'm calling with J-Lo, baby.
What's that going to do for us? What's that going to do for the...
Fuck y'all.
You know, that's what a lot of people say. That's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking about sellouts.
Wow.
Fuck y'all. I'm doing this for me.
Hey, man.
That's what a lot of them say. They're not trying to give back once they get up to the top. Usually.
Listen, bro. If you make... Money talks. That's all I'm going to say. Everyone has a selling price, man. Money talks. Money talks, man. Bro. Money talks.
You might have a point.
You're not going to tell me if someone can offer you something so good enough that you'll do some crazy... You just say you'll snipe 20 people. You just say you'll snipe 20 people. Is that not a crazy cost, though?
It's a personal cost.
It's a crazy personal cost.
20 lives for world peace?
It's more than 20 lives, though. You got to think about all the families and friends that are affected by these people.
You're right.
So now you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of lives.
Let's say 500 lives.
Okay.
500 lives.
Yeah.
For world peace.
You're still making that call at the end of the day.
If that's my...
You're still
making
that
out,
call.
I'm a sellout.
Hey.
If that's selling out, I'm a sellout. I will...
You know it's wrong.
360 no scope. All 30.
But you know it's wrong, bro.
It's wrong. It's against my morals, but that net positive is crazy.
Okay. And for the same person that's doing the monkey joint, the net positive is I don't have to live in the studio no more eating ramen for dinner.
No, that's a personal positive.
It is a personal positive, but it's still a positive for the person's life.
Yeah, but that's not a net positive. Because a lot of people were negatively affected. That whole community was negatively affected.
Perhaps.
But now you were positively affected.
So
the bad outweighs the good a lot.
So when I was down, whatever, and the community was good, that's a net positive.
No, the community was still bad.
Okay, so then this is...
No, you just said, what?
This is fine.
What?
Everything's bad. It's just fine, right?
If she's already bad, might as well make it worse. Come on.
Can I get my bag?
And you and your Bugatti.
Can I get my bag?
And us now can't get no rolls.
Why can't I get my bag?
Us now got to deal with all these niggers in the street now.
Why can't I get my bag?
Because now we're all suffering for it.
When I was suffering, what was y'all at?
We're suffering with you.
Man, I'm not suffering no more.
And that's enough.
Hey.
You know what? Listen what you think, man.
I'm not saying I'll take the road. Don't get twisted, all right? Don't get twisted, all right? But I'm saying if you throw me enough bread, I'm taking all types of roads, man. If you throw me enough bread, if you throw me 100 mil, take that roll. I'm taking that roll. No hesitation.
100 mil for the monkey roll?
100%. You're taking that roll too, bro. 100 mil? 100 mil, son. 100 mil.
For the most offensively portrayed monkey that a black man can do.
1 million times what? 100?
Yeah.
100 mil?
$100 million.
You're not taking that? I do not believe you.
I can do a lot of good with that money.
I don't believe you.
I can do a lot of good with that
money.
money.
Yeah, you're going to take that roll, bro. Everyone has their selling point.
Maybe we're not as good as we think, guys.
That's the whole point I'm trying. Oh, no one's as good as they think.
I don't think.
Power corrupts. And nothing corrupts more than money. You're gonna do a lot of shady stuff. So, like I said, LeBron was gonna be cost hundreds and hundreds. Like, he got $1 billion Nike deal. Don't want to get on Nike's bad side. All the stuff they doing in China. All I'm saying is
there's a limit to things. You have a point.
There's a limit.
You have a point, but there's a limit to things.
Oh, there's 100%
I cannot suck up to a dictatorship that's basically Nazi Germany right now. I can't do it. Not even for $100 million. Not when they're legit.
Okay.
Put in dudes in concentration.
Yes. Which is fair.
Not for $500 million.
Fair. Look, I'm not gonna say it's not fair. I'm not gonna say I'll do the same thing either. I'm not gonna say it's not fair. All right. There's definitely principles you would never do stuff against, but then it could be something like a little smaller. You might do it. That's all I'm saying. Everyone has a selling price, man.
What's your selling point?
Would you lick that bathroom toilet? That's all I want to know. That's all. That's what I want to know.
You know what the answer is.
Of course.
Don't say no.
Of course you would.
Don't say
100 mil.
You can say no. You a damn lie. You need to go seek therapy.
And I'm slapping those babies for J-Lo.
Comment down below. Let us know what you think. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Share with your friends. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all your podcast platforms.
Yep.
And don't slap no babies.
Thanks for watching, man. See you next week.